Hey guys, today we're going to teach the beg. I call it Sit Pretty with Chase. Some people call it Sit Handsome. Just remember, use whatever cues sound not too much like your other cues. So what the finished product is going to look like. Chase, pretty. Good girl. So we're looking for the dog to pull themselves straight up using their back and their claws, not throwing their arms up in the air, and hold themselves in this position until they're released. Okay. So I'm going to take you through the stages and how to teach it, and also troubleshooting and some different ways to extend this trick. Okay, so notice earlier I said that we're looking for the dogs to use their back and their core muscles to lift themselves in the beg. I mean this as opposed to throwing their arms up in the air to bring themselves into the beg, because it's actually better muscle control to use their backs. Sit, waving, waving, waving. Good. You can see that Brody does it quite well, but he still tends to throw his arms a little bit. I actually taught him in a different way. So the first steps to teaching the beg, and this can take a while for some dogs, are just to get them comfortable moving through your legs. So I'm sitting right on the edge of the seat with a big gap in between my legs. I'm going to take the treats, pull the dogs through, treat, 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 treat. Good boy. Treat, 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 sit. Good. I want him to be comfortable sitting in between my legs facing outwards. Good boy. Okay. So pull through, forward quite far, sit, and feed. It's really important that you pull the dog quite far forwards for the next part of the trick. Okay, so once they're comfortable in this position, in between your feet, you're going to move the placement of your treat to get them into the right movement. So you're going to take the treat straight back and up a couple of inches to get them to pop their chest forward, lift their front limbs, and come up into the beg. Good boy. So you notice that my feet are supporting right down nice and low, so Brody's hips aren't wobbling side to side. You can see his chest pop forward, and you can see him balancing on his hips, and my knees are supporting him through his shoulders so he can't wobble around too much. I'll show you what that looks like sideways. So I'm taking the treat back and up. Good boy. So some really important points. Brody's bum has to be far enough forward so that he's got the space to pop his back up in between my legs. If he's too far back, come back. When he tries to go up, see how he physically can't go up in the air very well because my legs are in the way. So you have to pull them forward, sit, so his bum's actually in between my feet. The next trick is to make sure that you're not taking the treat too high. If I take the treat too high, he's going to have to go into a stand to get that treat. So my knees are supporting him, my feet are supporting him, so he can't wiggle side to side. And he can't do his hips any damage, and he can't strain any muscles. So that's the first stage. Once they're comfortable doing that, you need to increase the duration by multiple feeding and taking longer between feeding. Okay, so once they're comfortable in that position, sit in between your legs and holding a little beg, you need to reduce the amount of support that they're using. So I'm still going to pull her forward and sit. Good. Oops. Good girl. So I've just got a little bit less support with my legs. I'm not quite supporting her hips or her shoulders quite as much, but I'm still multiple feeding her in that same position I was with Brody. Once they're comfortable with this, then you need to start to stand up straighter, and you need to start to reduce the support even more. So the next stage is going to be to stand up, still bend your legs, still use a little bit of support through the feet. Sit. Good. Good. Okay. So you notice that I bent my knees so that she could still, when she came into the position, pop up, backwards, and lean into my knees for support. Drop. and the next stage is going to be moving it from between your legs to beside you, so you can really reduce the support completely with your legs. When you're at the stage where your dog is beside you with very little support, then you're going to increase the duration by multiple feeding and randomising the time between the feeds. And you can also start to put this on verbal cue at the stage and also release it. It's really important that you add your release into any stationary behaviours so your dog understands when the behaviour is finished. Otherwise they just don't know how long they need to hold that for. Okay, so the next stage is going to be adding some of your movement in. This is really, really hard for the dogs because they'll watch you, and as you move, they'll follow you with their bodies, and that'll tend to make them fall over. Good girl. Now as a reward, I'm just going to move, whoopsie. Good. Good. Good girl. Good. Oh, who's that? Sit. Pretty. Good girlie. Good. Good. Good girl. Good. Good girlie. Okay. Good girl. So you can see even for Chase, who is very good at this behaviour, that is hard with me moving around. She was swaying, trying to catch the food, trying to catch my hands and trying to follow me with the body. So when you reach this stage, you're really almost there. So at this stage, you should only reward the behaviour when you cue it. You should also reproof your sit. What you'll find is that when you've been doing lots of sit pretties, when you ask for a sit, you tend to get a pretty by default. So it's really important that you go back and you reproof that sit behaviour. So now different ways that you can advance the trick and you can make it more difficult. You can challenge their balance and add more strength. Okay, the first way is to challenge it with extra movement while they're in the sit position. So you can do that with toys, you can also do that with dropping treats. Sit. Pretty. Good. Good girl. What a good girl. Okay. Sit. Whoopsie, sit. Good girl. Pretty. Good. You can drop some treats. Good girl. You can even move some treats around their body. Good. Okay. Okay, so another way that you can increase the strength that it takes for them to do this behaviour is put them on an uneven surface, like on the chair. So we'll try that with Chase. So as the chair wobbles, she's having to use more of her core muscles to support herself. And it's going to strengthen those muscles a bit more. Good girl. Okay. Good. Good girl. Good girl. Good girlie.